I'm Eric Summerer. 2023 was a busy year. We launched a new podcast on the Dice Tower channel, I took second place in a ninja competition, and I recorded a book about a supernatural reality dating competition. 2023 was also another fantastic year for board gaming, and while there wasn't enough time to play all of the games I wanted to try this year, I did get to play a lot. Here are the ones that made the top of my list. Number 10 is the Artemis Odyssey, which re-implements an older game called Ad Astra, which I never got to play. Players expand and collect resources from various planets, all through the use of action cards, which get played face down to a resolution track and take effect not in the order they were played, but rather where it is in the row. So I may play an action in the final slot so I get to take the last turn, but I know I need resources in order to take that action, so I'll play a resource collection action earlier in the row, unless I think you're going to play a card collecting those resources as well, in which case I might decide to do something different. It offers some tough decisions and planning, as well as some nice game trays. Number 10, the Artemis Odyssey. Robot Quest Arena at number 9 is an adorable robot battle game that my kids have really latched onto. Players earn points by damaging other bots, earning a bonus if they get the final hit. Don't worry, it's easy to respawn, though the end of the game is triggered with enough robot kills. Energy cards can be used to move your bot, or to purchase upgrade cards that go into your deck and make your robot that much more deadly. The figures are chunky and the powers are varied, and my kids are already looking out for more robots to add to the arena. Number 9, Robot Quest Arena. Number 8 on my list is Daybreak, a new cooperative game that has players attempting to reverse the effects of climate change. You play a world power struggling with eliminating sources of pollution while still meeting the energy needs of your citizens. Multi-use cards can add new actions to your tableau, make existing actions stronger, mitigate crises, and contribute to tools that will make your job easier. At the end of a round, the environment will absorb some of the carbon you've all produced, but the rest of it goes to the temperature track, which accelerates the damage. The goal is to have the environment successfully absorb all the carbon you've produced that round, and begin to reverse the damage done earlier in the game. Tough decisions abound, with limited resources to do what you want to do. This is not a beginner's co-op game, but offers a tricky challenge for fans of the genre. Number 8, Daybreak. Number 7 is a 2-player cooperative game called Sky Team. The players are trying to land a plane, but must first approach the runway, clear traffic, extend the flaps, lower the landing gear, and engage the brakes, all while keeping the plane level. This all happens with dice allocation, and players are not allowed to talk about their actions once the dice are rolled. So what you choose to play and when can communicate a lot to your partner. It actually pushes some of the same buttons as a good partnership trick-taking game. Number 7, Sky Team. Apiary takes the number 6 slot with its unique take on worker placement. You are a faction of space bees, claiming farms, collecting resources, and upgrading your hive through the placement of your workers, each of which can display a value from 1 to 4. No action is ever blocked in Apiary. You can bump a bee back to its owner and take its place. However, that bee ticks up 1 in value, making it a little stronger when it comes back. Level 4 bees can take a bonus action when they're played, and when they get removed from the board, they retire and claim an endgame majority slot. The system is novel, the bees are cool, and Apiary sits high on my wish list, as well as my number 6. Number 5, the Fox Experiment, I purchased for 2 reasons. 1, designer Elizabeth Hargrave, and 2, that my son adores foxes. Fortunately, these combine into a lovely game. The game depicts a Russian project that bred foxes to display friendly traits. Players do this by drafting a male and female fox each round, and then rolling trait dice to produce 1 or more pups. In addition to allowing you to score points and unlock more abilities, these new pups will help form the breeding pairs for the next round. You even get to name them. It flows very well, and while the dice can be a fickle companion at times, this promises to see some serious playtime in the Summerer house. Number 5, the Fox Experiment. Number 4 was one of the last games I played before making this list, but it immediately won us over. Ticket to Ride Legacy, Legends of the West, is a 12-game campaign that results in a custom, replayable edition of the classic game. Early games start out with just the East Coast, but you'll soon expand westward, revealing new mechanisms and opportunities. There are events, there are stickers, and there are lots of surprises hiding around the corner. I love how the postcards collected by players provide them with hidden goals, some of which aren't even possible until later in the campaign. Win or lose, it's a delight, and I can't wait to get back with our friends so we can play some more. Number 4, Ticket to Ride Legacy. Expeditions, at number 3 on my list, is billed as a sequel to Scythe. It shares a setting with its older brother and some general action similarities, but it has a very different vibe. Expeditions is an exploration and deck-building game that has your mech moving around the map, triggering actions on the board, and playing cards into your discard row. On most turns, though, you're only going to get to do 2 of those things, so timing out when to trigger those actions, as well as when to take a rest and replenish your hand, is key. You're still racing to get achievements, but the need to boast about those achievements as a specific action gives players a little more warning as to when the endgame is on the horizon. I see this competing with, and perhaps even surpassing, its big brother. Number 3, Expeditions. Number 2 is Eila and Something Shiny, which, while it had a smaller Kickstarter release a few years ago, saw a major rollout this year with North Star Game Studios. I liked the game so much that I immediately let my friend Brant borrow it, and he hasn't given it back yet, but he did promise to take some pictures. Eila is a narrative adventure game told over 5 chapters, with comic books setting the stage before and after each play. A solo player or team makes decisions card by card, collecting and spending resources, exploring options, and avoiding or conquering danger. This results in cards being added to the deck, often secretly, so the consequences of an action often won't be felt until the next round, or even several games later. There are multiple endings, and the struggle to get the best one is part of the story that Eila is trying to tell. The darker themes in later chapters should caution folks wanting to play this with younger children. This game is rated 12+ for a reason. However, it's the most unique game I played all year. It has a distinct story to tell, and the journey has stuck with me well after playing. Number 2, Eila and Something Shiny. My number 1 showed up early in 2023, but very quickly rose to become one of my all-time favorites. Earth is a tableau building game that has players creating an ecosystem. Cards have abilities and scoring opportunities that are dependent on where they're placed in your grid, as well as what's next to them. One player leads each turn, picking one of 4 actions, playing a card, adding cubes to cards, adding tree growth to cards, and drawing more cards. The leader will get a powerful version of these actions, while everyone else gets a lesser version. Then, though, any cards that share that color action also trigger, creating some very powerful combos. There are tons of cards, lots of goals, and countless interactions to explore. Earth gets my brain working in just the right way, which is why it's my number 1. So there we go, my top 10 for 2023. Can't wait to see what 2024 brings, as well as getting to the games from this year I didn't have the opportunity to play, like Last Light. Sorry, Roy. Thank you so much for watching and listening all year long. Happy New Year.